Uh, got a great start to the week yesterday, preparing for ODU. They have a very good football team. Very stingy on defense, provide a lot of multiple fronts and coverages, and very exotic at times. They do a really good job of populating the football when they tackle. Play a lot of zone type coverages, and uh, I feel like that's a true strength of their team. Offensively, everything kind of runs through the quarterback. They spread you out. Got outstanding backs. Receivers are very fast and can create a lot of explosive plays. And with their formations and the way they space you out and cover the field, and the quarterback's running ability, they're definitely a tough team to stop. So, started preparation yesterday. Thought it went well. Got to finish up and have a great week.
Do you have an early week update on Cam or Ted?
Cam will be, I don't know yet. He didn't do anything yesterday, so just have to wait and see. And feel better about Ted. He didn't do nothing yesterday either, but I feel better about Ted and Cam.
And I guess on the quarterback thing, you have Christian come in off the bench, throw for 300 yards in this game. You've had Cam do what he's able to do, and he's been able to play, kind of stack starts together. Looking back at the offseason decision to bring in another quarterback into the equation, do you feel like maybe there was an opportunity there for those guys to maybe you had something there and you didn't necessarily need to keep adding to the room there? And
You just never know. I mean, you just look at the talent level of guys, and you can't go back and second guess. It's always to go back. It's easy to go back and look at things and say what you could have did, should have did, and same thing with games, same thing with plays, same thing with everything you do in life. So I can't go back and just say that, no.
But kind of on that, when we spoke after the Troy game, you talked about having learned a lot as far as kind of roster construction and everything. Can you kind of elaborate on some of that?
Just got to make better decisions from a not necessarily a talent standpoint, but how are they going to fit in the locker room? So it has a lot of layers to it, and you got to take a deep dive into all the things you can, because it's really like speed dating. The port's going to open on the second officially, and there's guys that are in it now, but it's just how fast can you get accurate information, how much of a deep dive you can do, and finding everything out about the kid and his love for football, and just off the field and how they're wired. The wiring piece is what I'm referring to more than anything, is just making sure they're wired the right way.
And back when Saturday's game, Verleski Martin played a good bit at right guard, true freshman, I guess. What was it over the course of this last couple of weeks that you felt like he was progressing to be able to play, and what did you see from him on Saturday?
Yeah, he's a very strong kid. Lacks experience, but that was a great game experience for him and for us to kind of see him out in there competing, and he did some good things. Of course, he didn't play perfect, but I think it helps the young guys when they do get a chance to play, and gives them some motivation going into the off season, and they can really understand what they got to work towards to be a winnable player in this level.
And Branson Robinson, a guy you've known for a few years now, finally gets a touchdown in this last game after working hard. I guess good to see for a guy like that. He's been getting playing time, getting some reps, and finally getting some payoff to that this season.
Yeah, he ran the ball really hard, broke tackles. I mean, he created a lot of yards on his own. So he did a really good job, and I think you could see him at practice the last couple of weeks, kind of getting back to himself. Whenever you got injuries like he's had, you're not always at your tip top from a cutting standpoint, confidence standpoint, and I thought he played with a lot of confidence and was kind of himself in that game.
With ODU, I mean, I don't know if you even go back and look at last year's game, because different teams both ways, but you held them to, I think, their third lowest yards per carry last year, kind of bottled them up. They scored 21 points, even though they still won the game. Is there anything you can take from that this year, how you played them, what worked against them last year, with kind of different players but the same type scheme?
Yeah, the players are a lot different, so it's not the same team at all. So you can't, philosophically, yeah, you can look at things, but totally different players, and we got totally different players too. So it's nothing you can really draw from that.
What have you seen from them, especially the last couple of weeks? They're on a pretty good roll right now of blowing some teams out.
Yeah, they've been starting fast. They've been creating turnovers, and then they make a lot of big plays in the passing game. The quarterback can run, so you always got to have someone responsible for him. And then they create so much space with their formations that allows the back to have space as well. And we got to tackle really well this game, especially when we are in one-on-one situations, and you got to be able to cover a deep ball and contest those balls to see if we can get them off schedule and put them in some third down situations to make the third downs harder to manage. So I think success on first and second down are the key. But even on third down, the quarterback, you got to have good rush lanes and discipline, because he can still pull that ball down and convert first downs with his legs.
And on the other side, I guess, how are they going to challenge you guys on offense?
Yeah, like I said, their scheme is challenging in itself. They're very multiple. They slant and angle. They move the front a lot. Linebackers plug and take double teams off your schemes, your run schemes. They drop 8. They play cover 0, so they change things up, and they do a good job in that area.
With you're having to balance a lot now, every coach is, but I guess FCS D2 transfer windows are kind of open. Some of those names are popping up. I guess how do you balance monitoring what you need to for game week versus already having people with eyes on that type of stuff?
Yes, a lot of late nights, a lot of 1 o'clock nights right now. Just trying to watch everyone that we can watch and communicate and bring guys in and see how they're wired and have conversations and do the research from their high school coaches and people that are kind of involved or have been involved in their life. So it's been a lot of late nights, and our recruiting staff have been doing a good job of disseminating that information.
And I guess, when does you turn the page on this season and turn to, I guess, trying to have an idea of the guys here, what their intentions might be, and how quickly all that might come together? Because I assume from next week on, kind of be full go in that whole world.
Yeah, so I have a plan where I meet with the coordinators, coaches, our players, get through signing day, and then just kind of get after that hurdle, and then kind of go from there and make changes where we need to, and it'll be strategic, and it'll be honest, and just got to make sure that we're covering our bases in all facets, and ultimately that's my job to do that.